I don't know. You folks might be having to watch an ad right now
I hope
because
so.
I had to do a little selection when I created
Okay.
this event tonight. It's completely different from last week. So I had to literally pick out when these would drop, what will happen. So I tried to spare y'all from having to watch too many. I think it's the 30-minute mark. There's like one that will drop, but I don't think it'll happen to them while they're watching.
Dude, I want to do a show where you could put an ad up every fucking 5 minutes just to
They've
see how much you make.
and they've got it to where you can put it up every 5 minutes, but I wasn't going to do that because I know there's barely anybody watching this now. We would be at zero if I did that right there. So anyway, what's happening, folks? It's Tuesday. That one day of the week that you either dread or you look forward to. I have no idea, but only two reasons why you came around this part of town. Probably come see the smoothest transition in any damn show game to the longest running damn show in any damn show game. Anyway, with all that being said, here we go.
Here we go.
Doodaloo, doodaloo. What's going on, folks? It is the T.T.V show, number 45. Yes, we are down a member tonight because, Mikey, he's traveling the world. He's kind of like, he's only here like once a month now on this show. So for all the people that are here to see Mike, just,
Actually, I heard he's a little terrified about tomorrow, so he disconnected everything in his house.
it could be. That could be the case too. And speaking of that, if you looked at the title, you kind of say, what does he mean by 10/4/23 will be a great day? Well, I'm not thinking about all that other shit that's supposed to be happening tomorrow, but I did realize this 10/4 is actually going to be kind of a little mile marker for me. It's funny again how we remember dates and how shit goes, but 10/4 for me will be officially 10 years without a cigarette. Just like when folks can remember their sobriety and all this and that. I remember the day I kicked them old cigs to the curb. So tomorrow will be 10 years without a damn cigarette. I never thought in my life before I started doing the vaping stuff that I would ever be able to say. I figured when they put me in the ground, they'd light a cigarette and just kind of put it in my mouth. You know how the homies dump their little alcohol out at
Yep.
the I figured they'd be dumping ashtrays and shit out next to my grave. But anyway, I guess I kicked it, but
10 years, that's a long time.
woo, Lordy. So I hope everybody out there is having themselves a fun evening. It's Tuesday. How could you be having fun? It's in the middle of the damn week. But Mark, if you want to, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. But if you want to do a buffet, there it is.
Something new right there. You never seen that before. Thank you.
Nope, never seen that one.
I also vaping this one right there. Doo, 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 doo. A little dark on the juice. It's okay. And we got this little pod that I gotta wait another fucking week to review. There we
Oh
go.
my God. It's always something, isn't it?
Shabam shaboom. Take it away, ST.
Oh, well, you know me, just rocking the normal boxer and the tripod, and I got pods laying all over my desk. Looks like somebody shot them all up, but they're laying here. They're getting used. Real quick, because he thought I would forget, scroll back up here. Mr. Michael Blim, thank you for that generous donation that Michael figured he'd drop it before we got started. He thought, well, I don't mind donating to the show. I just really don't want my name being known that I'm here watching these guys. So maybe he won't call it out, but I'm going to call it out. I'm definitely going to call you out there. But thank you for the donation there, sir. Cheryl says tomorrow is the 5-year anniversary of my granddaughter's. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, Cheryl.
That is very,
Why couldn't you
very
done that at
sad.
the end of the show? Because now you're going to have me feeling bad the rest of this show. But
Dun, 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 dun.
what else we got going on here? Mr. Vapor
So,
X says June 19th is 12 years sig free. Well, congratulations there, sir. What was you going to say, Mark?
um, this thing that's happening tomorrow, isn't it just the thing they always used to do on TV? Or
Now,
no?
this is apparently going to be a first time test over mobile devices.
Oh, mobile device. Okay.
So it
But
is from what
is
I've.
it?
Go
But
ahead.
is it what it you? But is it what used to be on the TV? Remember the?
I
This is a
don't.
national whatever.
I think this is going to be somewhat of something different. So everybody's getting their take in on this one right here. I've kind of heard some of the stories about what is supposed to happen, and some folks have very creative minds. Some folks might be diehard believing what's going to happen with this, but one of the main stories I've heard is that when this transmission goes out to all the phones and the phones start going off, I believe it's what, 2:20 tomorrow or something in the 2 o'clock area, Central Time, I believe it is.
No, it's one something Central Time, like 1:12 Central or something.
Okay, so I'm
Or
corrected there
1:15.
by Mark of all people correcting me on the time, but so whenever this goes out, apparently it is going to transmit some type of special radio waves or something. And if you fortunate people out there were ones that got the V back in the
Oh,
day, it's going to do something to the inside of you to basically turn you into some type of zombie or something like that. I've heard a lot of different things. Some of them people have really thought pretty long and hard to
good lord!
for what they're going to do. My theory to all this is what's going to happen. It's going to go off tomorrow, whatever time it's supposed to go off, and after it goes off, obviously I'll be at work when this is going on. I'll be still waiting to go home at whatever time that I'm going home and going to come home and just keep living a normal life. Some other people probably think that they're not going to make it after tomorrow. So I have no idea. At this point, even if shit does happen, there'll be a ton of people tomorrow to say, hey, I told you so. I can't believe that you didn't believe me. It happened. So it is whatever it is.
And I hear
So.
people are taking out their SIM cards and all kinds of crazy shit. Like,
I've heard a lot of stuff myself, but I don't know. If anybody would know, I should have brought, since Mike's out tonight, I should have brought in the main man that knows everything. Y'all know him, the biggest piece of shit in vaping, Marvin Norton, who's in chat right now. Hopefully he'll make it till tomorrow so he can catch another birthday there, but Marvin probably knows all this, and we should have had him on this evening. But anyway.
Ginger, you don't have 5G. Don't lie.
My phone tells me I have 5G, but it sure doesn't seem to work like I got 5G. It seems like I'm still working on LTE or some shit like that, but I don't know, man. This is
I just found out about this yesterday when I heard like all the weird shit people were doing. I'm like, you got to be joking me, right? Like, wow.
and apparently it's supposed to happen. What is today? I think today it was supposed to have happened in Russia.
Oh,
So Russia, from what it was either, I think Russia was either today or tomorrow or something like that. So if it did happen over there, that means the shit has already started in Russia, and then tomorrow it will work our way, and everybody will be, you might need to use some of your vacation time tomorrow and take off work. I don't know. You stay at home. I'm probably gonna go ahead and go into work.
I'm almost 100% sure this is what they used to do on TV, but since everyone now is stuck to their phones, they want to make sure it works over the phone, so they're going to shoot it to all the phones. And that's all it is. It's just a test. I'm certain that's what it is, but if something happens tomorrow, we're
All I can say is I think what this is going to equate to, and this is my opinion since I'm allowed to have one, but I believe this is what's going to happen. This is going to be nothing more than like when an Amber Alert goes out on your phone and it does some crazy noises, and it sits there screaming at you, and you see whatever the Amber Alert is, and then you roll on. So that's my feeling to it. But
The only way you can turn it off, to my understanding, is turn your phone off. So even if you have it on vibrate, it's still going to make the sound, or silent, or whatever. And they say it's gonna happen on the TV, on the radio, and on the phone.
yep. So, Mark, this is what you should do. And because I never get any royalties of all these great ideas that I give Mark, maybe, and this is kind of an easy one for him.
I was thinking
live stream it.
Said it.
Live stream it. You could go live. This is what y'all do. Mark, you definitely should live stream this tomorrow, but you should go live at around close to that time. And you should have a TV going down there. Make sure your phone's on. It's probably going to go over your computer. While if you see little squiggly lines while Mark's live and then he's off the air, that means shit just hit the fan. Y'all better fucking take cover or do whatever it is you're going to do. Justin C., what's up, brother? Georgia boy, what's happening? But I don't know, man. I guess maybe if I was a much younger person, maybe I would be more prone to believe in certain things. But since I've lived a pretty decent long life so far, not near like what Marvin and some others have, but I've lived a pretty good long life. And I've seen a lot of bullshit go on, but for what they're proposing that's going to happen tomorrow, from what I'm seeing from some people, I'm just kind of like, I can't believe it.
The only thing I could maybe kind of worry about is that maybe they're just preparing for something in the future.
And that could be. I mean, I don't. Good Lord, you could go down many rabbit holes with this one right here. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just one person giving my little old whatever opinion, and I just kind of feel like it's something that's going to come and go, and nothing's going to come out of it other than some bullshit. So
this reminds me of when the year 2000 hit and all the computers were going to stop working, and they said,
Yes.
"Oh, make sure you unplug your TVs and this and that. Everything's going to stop working." And then when New Year's hit, nothing happened.
Yep, New Year's Eve when we were jumping into 2000, everybody thought, "Here you go. The banks are going." Yeah, Y2K.
Yep.
Everybody thought that the banks would be jacked. You better pull all your money out, do all this and that, and when it came and went, everybody was just like, okay. And then it was forgotten about by the end of that day. So,
Yep.
I don't know, man. I mean, there are some things that are, in my eyes, still kind of fucked up that's happened for a while back with things. Especially since the big C came, and it does seem like the world has changed drastically. There's a lot of crazy shit that's going on, but, I don't know, man. Michael Blim, thank you again for the donation. He said, is Ginger round? And if so, what is the recommended 21700 brand battery for his mods? And remember, 1999, the world was so worried. You are correct. We just said that.
Yep. He
So,
is in chat.
he is in chat. He's in chat somewhere. But
All this crazy thinking and all this conspiracy stuff happened when the internet happened, I think, because before people were on the internet, you never heard about any of this shit because no one can ever
yeah,
share their crazy ideas.
exactly.
Now that you have Facebook and YouTube, there's all kinds of shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There have been some things that people have said that has opened my eyes to make me think more about certain situations that's happened over the past 20 something years, if not a little longer. Like I'm still, and I know this is kind of a sensitive subject for some people, and I'm not even going to go into it, but I do think there's a lot of discrepancies of what happened with 9/11.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's just what you've seen on TV and what you've been fed to believe. I think there's more to it myself. But that, again, my opinion, what I believe, nobody else has to believe. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because here's one thing. I'm not trying to go down any rabbit holes, at least until December 25th. I took the YouTube test and I passed it, and I can get rid of my warning if I don't get in any more trouble by December 25th. So let me get up to the 25th and get this warning off my page, and then we can get right back into the crazy shit again. And then if I get hit again, I'm good for another little long while. So, oh, shit.
I think if you search for anything on the internet, there's always a story out there that can convince you of something different.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's people out there that spend their entire lives just trying to change the story a little bit.
Yep.
But I don't know.
And it's easy too because people can point certain things out, and once you listen to them, it's like, you know what? That makes sense right there. That's not really far-fetched or anything, but there are some things that people bring to the table, and I'm like, dude, you've been reading comic books, watching movies, or doing some shit, because I'm telling you, I just don't think that that's possible right there. But again, who knows?
You had all the crazies on ham radio before the internet. Wow, see, I didn't have ham radio. That'd been fun.
So I vote. We should take a vote right now. If Mark should go live tomorrow, right before this happens, so we can see what goes on. We'll take a raise of hands. I won't even bother putting it in the damn chat thing, but here's my hand raised. I think Mark should go live tomorrow. Let's see some hands out there in chat.
Dude, something tells me the entire internet's going to be live tomorrow, just for this. For some
Hey,
reason.
you'll just be one. You'll be one other person out there involved with it. Damn, Michael Blim going deep today. Thank you, sir, for that donation there. He says, I bought the Samsung 40Ts. Hopefully they're okay. Mark or Michael, donate 20 more and I'll give you my honest opinion on what you just did there. I will definitely do that. Everybody's raising hands and fist bumping. Yes, Mark should go live tomorrow. I think he should. He ain't going to be doing shit around it. He's not doing vape reviews anymore, so you might as well do it.
One a week, maybe?
I mean, shit, hell, I'll even try to tune in for that shit, but
I get better views doing one video a week than I did doing 3 a week. This might be a thing. Who's sending this alert tomorrow? AT&T or, oh, I'm not saying that word.
Yeah, be careful what you say there, Ginger. I'm trying to get out of a warning. So, yeah, I mean, so I don't know what's going on. And again, I don't want to sound kind of like a broken record, but this one kind of has tripped me out a little bit. So, me and Mark was talking a little earlier this week, and Mark apparently got age restricted on a bunch of videos all at once. And I got hit a while back with this, and it's like videos that don't even get views anymore. It was like, and they did a big bundle package. But I was telling Mark, I said, man, there's something I notice here. I said, typically from like, we're talking last week up till now, from the show last week till now, normally by now I would have at least a minimum of 11 to 1,200 views. But I noticed that it hasn't even hit 1,000 views yet from last week. Is the show getting that bad where folks are dropping like flies now? Are we not even going to hit the 1,000 mark anymore on these things? I'm kind of curious.
I'm guessing it was just a bad week. Or maybe
I don't know, man. That kind of tripped me out. When you see stuff like that, of course, you know, you kind of look at people that are viewing and notice those numbers are down too. I think more and more people are kind of getting to the point they're like, I don't know.
Sure. How do you know there's a nudist colony 30 minutes away? Have you been there?
Who said that?
Cheryl.
Well, they're probably on her property because she owns most of the state.
You know damn well they won't let you in there.
Oh, shit. Michael, thank you for the donation. He says, waiting. You're waiting on Ginger, aren't you?
Yep, he's waiting for an answer from Ginger.
Look, Ginger's holding out just on purpose to see how much Michael Blim's going to drop this evening. Well, thank you there, Mark. He said, still one of the best shows on YouTube, ST. Well, I appreciate that. Oh, and Ginger said he's replied. So, Michael, I think if you were to drop another donation, that Ginger would probably rewrite everything that he'd wrote way back up the line somewhere. So,
I'm trying to find it. I don't see it. Oh, for any mod, Molicell P45B, shut up, is the best all-around 21700 for under 15 amps, which is about up to 45 watts at a 0.3 ohm coil. The 50S will outperform.
Yep.
But if you're wondering if those batteries will work, yes, they'll work, because those are the same ones I use. They're not the ideal for like the most battery life, but they'll work, no problem.
The 40Ts will work, and they'll, unless you're like a battery guru where you're really timing shit out, I don't think, I'm just guessing, I don't know if you're going to notice the difference in times of when you need to change your batteries out or to charge it or whatever. But if you're kind of a battery snob, like let's say Mooch would, it's like handing two glasses of wine to somebody and saying what's good and what's bad, you know. What? Mark, is your birthday the
16th. I don't know how old I'm going to be, but it's the 16th.
If my mind serves me correctly, which most of the time it doesn't, I think, aren't you about to turn 45?
I hope so, because that sounds good. At 77, I was born, so if that's 45, I'll be happy. If I'm 46 or 47, I might be a little depressed.
Yeah.
I don't do birthday math. There's no way I'm 40. Am I 44?
Maybe I keep thinking that you were.
Or actually, I had to look up the birthday calculator. Just find out how old I was, because I didn't know. The birthday calculator. Here it is. Date of birth, October 16th, 1977. Calculate. 45 years old, so I'll be 46. God damn it. Why can't I be 45?
Ooh. Yeah, because for some reason in my head I thought you were, but maybe you've been 44 for a couple years now, and maybe it's finally just catching up. So just think, man, in 4 more years, which we probably won't be around anyway, you probably won't even make it to it. You know, I'd say here comes 50, but
Marvin will probably outlive us.
Yeah, well, I know he will. Well, but again, just remember what's happening tomorrow. I don't know if any of us are going to make it up to the next birthday. So unless your birthday's tomorrow, that would be about the only way. So
if I could turn into a zombie tomorrow, that'd be pretty awesome, actually.
That would be kind of cool. That would be, seeing if you're live streaming it, think of the views you're going to get, dude.
Yep.
Holy crap.
That's a viral video right there.
I do have to say, I didn't even think about that in my head, but you did mention this a minute ago. There are probably going to be umpteen million folks live streaming tomorrow around this time. So probably all you got to do is just turn on YouTube, and you're going to see a million live feeds of everybody just sitting there waiting for this shit to happen. So
Cheryl's birthday is the 30th. She's not a Libra, though, because she's on the other side. I don't believe she's a Libra. Bachelor, no one's as old as you. NorCal's barely pushing 16.
NorCal, you're not even supposed to be watching this shit as young as you are. You're supposed to be watching cartoons and shit still.
My grandkids call me a witch.
Damn. World War III will be soon. Yep. This is...
Angela said the other day she wanted to go to a hardware store to buy a toolbox. I'm like, for what? So she can make a first aid kit. I'm like, why do you need a first aid kit out of a toolbox? She's like, so when everything starts to go crazy, I'm like, if it ever comes to that, don't even worry about a first aid kit. You might as well just
Yeah, you might as well just go outside, get taken out, and just be done with it. Because, I
Exactly.
mean, you don't want to live through that shit.
Nope.
So, damn. I mean, she's wanting to go full on ER medical supplied like toolbox. She probably wants one of them big roll around toolboxes that you just pack all kind of shit off in there.
I told him, like, get off the internet. Please get off the internet.
Oh, man.
I was born in 1990. What?
Who was born in 1990?
Bachelor? There's no way. You're older.
Bachelor, shit. That's when you. That's probably. I ain't even gonna say it. That was just one of the many years that you've been drinking that nasty shit you drink.
Ooh.
I'm younger than Jason, and that's all that matters. You know what's? I don't. What happened to Jason? I don't think I've seen him in my chat in a while.
He's sometimes will pop it. Like, he comes in my chat, but it's very.
Oh, so I've said something offending to him, and he's done said to hell with these folks.
I think he's found a cooler crowd to watch.
Is Grim on tonight?
I don't know.
Because I know he loves Grim more than he loves anybody.
Oh, yeah,
so,
definitely.
Unless you're out there peeking around, Jason, I know what's going on with you then. I got you. I got you.
10/4 is National CB Radio Day. No, negative, Don. That's a negative.
Damn, and Kip said he's got pallets of ammunition ready to go. He's got a warehouse ready to break this shit down with.
That's what I told him. Like, there's anything you want, probably some ammo. But if it's gonna come to that, like, do you really want to like deal with all that? Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong, and again, I got to be careful what I say here. I'm gonna have some fun with shit before I do it.
oh yeah,
but
yeah.
it's ultimately gonna happen. So you know. Mike says I see him all the time. Where do you see him at? Because you don't see him over here.
He sees them in other people's chats, probably.
Hell yeah! So y'all been both hanging out over there at Graham's, okay?
He's watching Grimm's pod ranking video.
Oh Lord, is that what it's come to now? Where we're doing pod ranking videos?
Yep.
Lord have mercy. That tells you, folks. I know we really haven't touched on the vaping side of things yet today, but that just shows you that there's nothing to hit on, I don't guess.
I did a goddamn video on how to vape your pod system. That should tell you right there that there ain't shit.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, it's pretty soon there won't be an option at all, even just to joke about vaping shit, because there won't be any jokes left. Look at Omar. Omar said, "To hell with y'all. Thank you for being a member there for 28 months. He says, I'm dropping freebies while I can. He says, how haven't you guys reviewed the WeNex K2? Did that not come out like 4 or 5 years ago?
I feel like that came out so long ago.
I feel like that was the first WeNex that was ever on the market.
WeNex C1. We got the H1. We got the M1, the K1, the SC, the K. Oh, no, the K2 we didn't know.
When did the K2 come out?
I don't. Did it just come out? If it just came out, then that's why. Because Geek Vape is.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna cut you some slack, Omar, then, because I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. Ed Barkley says he said the other week he can only make Mark's Monday and Friday shows. Oh, well, how convenient is that? And
I gotta pay him to do that.
And Ed said, I think you pissed him off. I must have. I must have. I don't know how I did it, but I must have. Mike just did a review on how to rewrap batteries. Yes, that's.
Oh, yeah, times are getting tough, then definitely.
Y'all thought he was kidding here a while back when he was going to do a video on that, but you got it. So.
Ooh, look at Don dropping that rebel word.
Ooh, he's trying to get. He wants to get some drama stirred up in the chat to have some shit going on.
You're gonna get Ginger all worked up now.
Oh, look. So I just got a thing that popped up, and it's counting down. It said ads run shortly for some viewers.
Oh, shit.
And it's counting down from right now at 40 seconds. So apparently, some of y'all, if y'all don't have the ad blocker, I'll tell you here in a second, some of y'all are about to catch an ad. Y'all are about to hold on. I'll even let y'all know when y'all are about to see it. And if it's skippable, go ahead and skip the damn thing. Unless it's a good one. It might be a good one, so you might want to just kind of roll through it. Here we go, folks. We're doing like SpaceX over here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam! I don't know who's catching an ad right now, but somebody's getting it.
That's crazy. I wonder if the people that get the ad, do they not hear this part of the show, or does it just get pushed forward? Like,
I don't know. That is weird. And it just told me that an ad was inserted. When you went live, did you have to do anything? Because my stuff was set up different when I came in tonight.
yep. It either you let YouTube choose, or you choose, or you turn it off. And I'm like, I don't know what to choose.
But
Like
if
if I choose ads, people are gonna bitch. If I don't choose ads, I'm not gonna make $0 off this.
you let YouTube choose,
Oh yeah, it'll fucking.
well, they're going to drop them like every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that.
It wasn't going to be for everybody. It was going to be for certain people. Oh, look at Michael. He's going big boy, but he says, I pay for YouTube Premium, no ads.
Look at that shit. Yeah, YouTube Premium. So I got it free for the month, and talk about a bunch of BS. For one, the main reason I got it because it said you could download videos, and there's a little download button, but it doesn't physically download the video to your computer. It just downloads it to like a YouTube like history folder that you still have to be on YouTube to watch that video. You can't. It's not like it's not like the video downloads to your computer. And then on top of that, when you watch a video and you immediately go to another video, there's an error that pops up saying that you're already watching a video, and you have to refresh it for it to come back. It's such a, it sucks. I'm
See,
glad
I remember back a couple, well, it was some years ago. You really didn't have all these selections, and YouTube would kind of decide what was going to happen as it came to doing ads and stuff like that. Well, I remember I didn't do anything a couple of times, and I would get messages at work the next day going, dude, I literally cannot stand to watch this live show. You've got so many ads in it. And I would pull it up on my mobile phone, and there would be a million little yellow dots showing wherever that. So you could watch it for 5 minutes, and then an ad would pop up, and I'd be like, oh shit. And I'd have to get home and go in and correct all that shit to get it off there. So I was always like, okay, we got to do something different here, but
that's a Mac issue. Dave, you don't even know what a Mac is. Quiet.
he's talking about a mac and cheese. He ain't talking about a damn Mac.
Whoa. There's lots of perks. Lots of perks.
Yep. Marvin says, I paid for ad block. Damn, you pay for that? You know you can get that shit for free.
He's probably the one person that donates. You know, that like donation screen pops up.
Could be. I don't know. Well, I will say this. I've got ad blocker for free on my computer, but I don't have it on my mobile device. So I'm stuck there. Like, I could be sitting in my garage looking at YouTube on my phone, and I get stuck with ads out there because it's not my main computer, but most times it's skippable shit. But
yeah, YouTube Premium I don't think is.
Only thing I'm paying for on YouTube is that TV. I'm not doing anything else, and I'm still enjoying the TV. It's still, at the moment, pretty good, but
yeah, that we're going to try next once Angela gets rid of whatever fucking Hulu and every other goddamn service she's got. I feel like we have cable again with the goddamn.
Oh, I know, man. Some of that shit you got to kick to the curb, dude.
Like Hulu, I think is a complete waste. I hate Hulu. She likes it, but I hate it.
Yeah, I know, Marvin. I'm kind of a cheap ass when it comes to some of that shit. I ain't got that big bucks like you there.
Night Clover. So you're telling me if you're watching a video on YouTube, and then it comes to the end of the video and it immediately goes to the next video. It doesn't stop and give you an error on the screen saying that you're already watching a video. Something about like the network is not keeping up or some shit. I forgot what it is. Because YouTube thinks that you're watching another video somewhere else, but in reality, it's not. I don't know. I looked it up, and apparently it's an issue with some people that YouTube hasn't fixed yet.
Well, if Mike was there, he would definitely blame it at being an Apple product if that's what you were watching it on. So,
Yep. I have been watching it on the Mac. I'm not going to admit that, though.
NorCal says Netflix is shit too. Never anything. We're doing Netflix, and every once in a while, but it is true. At first, Netflix was on their game, but now it's kind of like, there's not really much left to watch on there. But
is it because of the whole writers thing? Is that why there's nothing?
I don't know, dude.
It's all foreign shit with like English subs on it.
Yeah, but all that shit came to an end though. But I don't know if there's a holdup because of them being off for a while or whatever the case might be. But
holy shit, Cheryl is old. She listens to the radio all day. I don't know anyone that listens to the radio.
Wow, Cheryl, all that money you got, you listen to a radio? What the hell?
Are you listening to AM radio?
Oh my Lord. Please tell me a little bit more up to date than that now. I mean,
Walter Cronkite or whatever his name was. WBBM for whatever.
I did get a message the other day talking about, and I know I've been hearing more and more about this, that I've been kind of told that Facebook is about to try to start charging people if you're going to have Facebook.
Shit.
And I got a message on it was from Facebook. It wasn't anything that somebody was trying to scam me out of, but it said Facebook now has me set up to where I have an account. So if I want to purchase things on Facebook, I guess like in Facebook Market or something like that, I'm set up to where I can do transactions now. And I'm like, well, I didn't set anything up to do that. And I've never bought anything off of Facebook other than I've had conversations with people in like the secondhand market, but I've never actually done a transaction with Facebook.
Yeah.
So I don't know what all that shit's about, but
I don't like listening to a TV running. Well, take the legs off your TV and it won't run.
There you go. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's the TV stuff. I don't really look at a whole lot of TV. I've told my story. YouTube kind of is my TV. So
that's how a lot of people are too. They all say like YouTube and the internet's their TV. They don't even bother watching like Hollywood shit anymore.
Yeah, because whatever comes to mind with me, I mean, there's a million videos on it. I just find the ones I want to watch.
Yep.
So
if I watch a movie, it's usually an older movie anyways.
Dave said, ST, where are the damn drone videos? Well, unfortunately, this past weekend, I had some family business come up and I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do. But I think there's going to be an extra day of me. I might make this a 3-day weekend coming up, and I'm going to get out and do some stuff. There's been some new firmware that's hit my drone that I'm really wanting to test out. So I think I'm going to kind of swap it up on my drone stuff too a little bit. You know, I'm one that always wants to throw a little bit of music and shit like that and do my stuff. I think I'm going to start kind of like talking some now in my videos and kind of like, instead of y'all listening to music, you can listen to me like bullshit as I'm flying around doing my thing and give that a shot. Because
I would think that would be a lot better for people watching.
Yeah, well, for one thing, it's kind of like me trying to find what I want to put. And I know I hear it all the time. Why do you pick the music that you pick? That's not the music I listen to, obviously. I listen to metal and shit like that every damn day, but metal and drone flying just don't seem to go together. You kind of have to have like it seems like certain kind of music, to go along with drone footage. I guess I don't know, but I am going to try to do a little narration in some of these videos, or just kind of sit there and run my mouth as I'm flying, and you can kind of see a little bit of both of what's going on. But I think I'm going to indulge that this coming weekend. And two, I'm so ready for Saturday to get here because it's going to be like the first official day that like the low here is supposed to be like 44 and the high is only supposed to be like 60 something. And I'm like, oh, hell yes. I'm ready for some shit like this. I've been ready for the damn
Yep.
cooler weather to get here for a while because I'm still running AC full blast nonstop in this house because it's still hot here. But
Yeah, we've been running it all week. Last week was nice, but this week's been hot as hell.
yeah,
Damn, Kid Bass uses DVR. I didn't know DVR still existed.
damn. Uh, yeah, so I'm going to give that a shot this weekend. And I still don't want them to be long or anything. I still want to try to keep the time link down, but maybe, I can do a few of them and then kind of whatever with it. But
Do you pick you get the music from YouTube?
yes.
So you're kind
I got a buddy of mine that turned me on to some other places that you can get some free, I get royalty free
royalty-free.
type
Yeah.
music and it's a service that doesn't even charge you.
Oh wow.
But I started going through listening, and dude, it is like some way over the top freaking like I'm at the club and I'm doing ecstasy or something like that kind of stuff. And I'm like, no, I just don't think that this one's gonna I can't incorporate a drone footage into something like this. So
Kid, you still got a cable box? Jesus.
a cable box, they still have that shit.
You need to cut the cable, son. Oh, satellite. Oh, you're stuck with satellite.
Oh yeah, well then you still do have a receiver up on top. Dude, do you remember when so what this has gotta be, are we talking late 70s, early 80s? When Cablevision first came out or whatever. You
I think
remember
it's
that
80s.
big fat ass brown box that had the
Yep.
slider for the channel up at the top?
I think it was 80. I remember, not mistaken, it was 80s.
Lord, that was
That was, yeah.
a buddy of mine got that shit, and the first time I'd went over there to see that, and he's flipping through all these channels, and back then you only had maybe at the most 5 channels, and out of 5, 4 of them came in decent. This, you could just keep sliding that little toggle along, and all these channels were coming. And of course, then, I'm a little kid and MTV's on and thinking, oh, wow, look at this shit right here. This is a trip. But
Yep.
man, just think of how far we've come along with a lot of this shit, man.
I remember the first time with cable and watching the squiggly lines,
Yep.
like the audio. I think when they first started it, the audio for some of that stuff was still there, but just the picture was all squiggly, so you could hear everything going on.
And if your parents, which I barely knew any of these, but if your parents had a little extra money and were kind of rich, I guess, you were fortunate enough to get HBO and Cinemax a part of all that. And do you remember the openings for the HBO when they would do like an HBO movie? It would be a movie, but the way that HBO would open up, it would be like the HBO symbol floating around and the music and all that shit.
Yep.
Oh, the old days. Or the little B-flick movies on Cinemax that was like, wow, this is what porn's like right here. And
I don't think it's called. Is it called HBO anymore, or is it called Max now? Which makes it confusing because there was Cinemax. I don't know.
well, I think You know
or the
what?
app is
You know
called
what the funny
Max.
thing is? We get Max, and I haven't even really looked at it because I
I
get a.
think Max might be HBO. I think.
Is that what it is? I don't know what any of
I
this
think.
shit is anymore.
Yeah, I don't. I just remember we had to download a new app for HBO because we get HBO free with AT&T.
Well, hold on now. As long as we had direct, it was still showing up as HBO on that.
I think it just happened recently, but I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
it's just
well,
the app. I don't know.
we've been
I
out of
don't
the
watch
loop for a while, so it could be.
the hot box. What am I thinking of?
I made
Oh, I'm
cheater
thinking
boxes to get to the page. Yeah, there was another thing that somebody Max is C Max and HBO is HBO is what
oh,
Marvin
okay.
said. Okay,
You sure? I guess maybe. I remember the
that
jukebox channel where you would call in and tell them the video you want to watch. You had to pay like $2 to go on your phone bill,
oh
and they
yeah,
play your video.
I remember back in the time because I seen people that I grew up with doing this shit. Back in the day, there used to be a little green box that would stick out of the ground, and it was very easy to tap into a cable, and you could run a cable up to your house. And if you had the right stuff, you could get your shit for free, and you just had this long black cable running along your backyard. But
Yep.
kind of like what you were doing with electricity when you were stealing it in the trailer park that time. uh, I used to have a box that got everything for 5 years. Damn, kids showing his age there a little bit.
Nice. Yeah. This guy's got to be at least pushing 70.
I'm getting to wonder now.
All I remember is the direct TV cards that people would sell. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah,
you never got one, but apparently you could buy the card and it would open up all this crap. And
yep. Yeah, it was like a little credit card you pop off in there, and it had all your information on it.
hmm but there were so many cable channels. Like, you could even if you had all the channels, you couldn't watch them all, and you probably didn't even watch them. Like,
Yeah,
usually you'd have like your favorite 5 channels, maybe 10, if that.
it used to be back then too, because would remember we'd scroll through stuff. There used to be tons of channels that seemed like the shopping network.
Yep.
There was a lot of channels like that on there. So they'd be selling shit left and right and everything.
Nowadays with PCs and Kodi, everything is possible. Yeah, pretty much.
I know what's bad is, and of course, I found out it. Well, I knew it already, but once it kind of hits you in the face, you realize how dependent you are in your home. If you've gone that route of making most things in your home that you use that have to run off Wi-Fi, and you don't have internet, you find out real quick you're going to have a bad day when that shit's down.
Oh yeah.
Damn, look at Terry. Terry doesn't come over here. He must not even realize whose channel he's on. Pirated DirecTV will always have a place in my heart. Damn.
I never got to experience that. I just never trusted the guys selling it. Like, man, for $500 you could have everything. Like, nope, that's all right. I'm good.
I feel like DirecTV must be going down pretty quick. They're still calling me to this day, and I block every number that I can when I see a new one pop up for them, but they're losing things. There's no telling how many people they've lost that have gotten tired of paying that high bill to go to streaming TV and just pay,
Yep.
a little portion of that. Even if you're back to paying what you were, you probably got more and better options doing the streaming than you do with DirecTV anyway.
Some people are
So
just kind of scared to get rid of cable because they've had cable their entire life. So they're like, oh, I can't get rid of cable. I've
I,
had this shit forever.
I was the same way, but you know what? After listening to people and kind of like doing my little bit of looking around on stuff, I still kick myself in the butt and wish I'd have done it quicker now because
hmm
we doing just fine without that crap.
Lewis has got Boost Mobile.
Mm.
I'm not going to say the joke I want to say, Lewis.
Yep, don't do it. You'll run Lewis off. Uh,
But I think Boost is a part of Sprint. I think they use the Sprint network or whatever network it is. You tip the installer. I tipped my cable installer and I didn't get shit done.
you know what? I don't see him watching, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I felt bad about this, and it just hit me a minute ago. So we were talking last week. I'm sure y'all remember this. We were talking about we couldn't remember who brought us all our flavored juice that we would use when we were at the DC rally. And I could not remember who that was to save my life because my memory is not the greatest. And that was back in like what, 2018 or 19 that shit happened. So for me, that's light years ago. But somebody left a message saying, hey, I was the one, and it was Brett Whitney. And I'm like, I felt so bad because I'm like, but not that me and Brett talk every single day, but we have talked a little bit more. And I swear I just didn't realize that Brett was the one that came up and gave us that right there. But apologize for not remembering that, Brett. That's my bad. And I think I've apologized to you already, but I'm going to apologize to you on air, son. So.
Yeah, I forget everyone's name and face. So
yeah,
expect that from me. What? Where did I see that comment at? Rod Becker is paying $250 a month for DirecTV, and I don't mind. Rod, why?
200. Hold on. You've obviously got more than. Have you got like what extra channels have you got? Because you've got a lot of extra if you're paying $250. We had a decent amount, and I was paying $150 a month, and I'm so glad that I'm not at $250. You've tacked on some. You've probably got almost every you probably are doing Showtime, Cinemax, HBO, everything. I'm guessing.
You could be paying a quarter of that and still have access to every single thing you're watching on there.
Yes, you could.
With Netflix and everything else, you got it. That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy.
The only thing I would suggest to somebody, if you are going to do the streaming TV thing, I suggest that you have good internet. So that way everything runs pretty seamless around the house and you ain't got to worry about anything. Now, if you got maybe some kind of old, crappy, shitty internet that, let's say like K-Tech uses, if you're running his internet, yeah, you probably want to stick with direct. But if you got something better, I say get all over the streaming stuff.
Well, Cheryl's got a house phone on the wall still, so.
Holy shit. Does it work or is it there for decoration?
I think it's for her life alert, I think.
Oh, hell. NorCal says my Comcast was $298 when I canceled.
I believe that.
Damn.
They're fucking expensive.
TV and internet. Whew. Man.
Every channel, and it's better than my Xfinity internet. Rod, you need to come to my house. I'm going to show you.
Every channel, and it's better than fixing my Xfinity internet. Well, I was fixing to say, at that price, you got to damn near have every channel on there. Cheryl says it works. Holy shit. It's a rotary phone on the wall that still works.
Jesus, have mercy. You can't even, you call a number, it's like, please press 1. You can't press 1 because you got to.
Yeah, you got to spin the damn dial on it. What happens when you're in trouble? When you really need to get some help there and you're sitting fumbling around with a flashlight on trying to hit the rotary on it. You need to, as rich as you are, you need to step your game up there. I think we're just doing it for decoration, though.
I've been trying to convince my parents to get rid of their house phone. They refuse to do it.
I know people
house here that has a home phone.
I know people have told me in the past that, the only reason why they'll keep a home line is maybe for some type of, because it's connected into an alarm, a house alarm or something like that. But man, I can't even remember the last time we had home phone service.
The internet's, the internet. Wait, you got internet with with Dish, or do you have internet with? I don't know if they
Well, he
offered
said
internet.
Xfinity, which I don't know what all is what anymore. Yeah, if you can do like Mark said, you should do that because you'll get that cheaper, and then you'll have good stuff where you could run streaming. Man, you could cut that price way down.
Unless, of course, Rod, you make enough money to where that's not even. It doesn't bother you to blow that much every month.
That is true. Rod probably is a millionaire, and he's just kind of like passing his time away watching the show over here. I mean, we've got a few millionaires in this here.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, there's Ginger, there's Cheryl, there's a handful of others.
I remember the pulse. There was the rotary phone, the touch tone phone, and the pulse phone. Where you would press a number like it would like make like little ticking
Oh
sounds.
yeah,
It was the shittiest phone imaginable.
we don't have fiber in my town yet, but it's in the next town. Okay, well then I guess you're kind of stuck with where you're at then because once they get that to you, if they ever get that to you, man, definitely make the switch over. It'll open a whole new door to things.
Your phones still work with when there's no power. Yeah, I mean that's the only. I guess that's the one thing you give a home phone is they still work with no power. Well, so does a cell
I
phone,
was going
but
to say, so does my cell phone, as long as it's charged. Unless they
if you got
knock the tower out.
a majority of people have cordless home phones, those won't work unless you have an actual like Cheryl has an actual phone on the wall.
Oh man. You remember them days, boy, you'd have that thing in the kitchen and you'd go to like Radio Shack and buy the 30-foot coily cord so you could
Yep.
walk all around the house with the shit.
Yep. Dude, my grandma had like the longest phone cord I've ever seen in my life. Like, holy Jesus, she could walk throughout the entire house with that one phone.
Oh man. If you had a lighter colored one and you lived in a household where people smoked, that thing would start turning funky colors and really smell like shit when you were trying to talk on it.
Get all stretched out. There's like a long cable laying on the floor.
Oh
TV
man.
and internet, I paid $375 for TV. Oh my Jesus. Rod.
Ooh,
You can send
damn,
me
son.
$300 a month and I'll set you up.
Yeah, hell, if you think you can, I'll work something out with you and try to save you a little bit. Damn.
That's a lot of money.
That would suck, though, having to be in that predicament where you couldn't get certain things in your area, so you had to kind of shell that out. Woo.
Yeah, but he says, I'm pretty sure he said he got Comcast. If he's got Comcast, all he needs is the Comcast, the fastest internet package they have, which is probably like 125. And then, well, I guess,
Well, what if you're stuck? He said Xfinity. Is that
yeah,
the same as
Xfinity's Comcast.
Comcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's all we had when I was in the trailer park. And if that's all you got, you're kind of, they got you by the balls. I was paying 100 and some dollars just for internet by itself.
Well, you know, people are real screwed that are stuck with that. Like, remember that old satellite internet they had? I don't know if it's still there or not, but
Yep.
you know, think if you were trying to do YouTube with some shit like that.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, that would be
I wonder
horrible.
if DSL is still a thing. The AT&T DSL.
Starlink cost me $150 a month. I've heard a few things about Starlink, but not that I would change my setup for anything. But I've heard some good things about that. I've heard some negative things about that too. Xfinity isn't fiber. Oh yeah, I know that. HughesNet. That's what it was.
Yep.
That was that raggedy
And
old.
I think it was only fast going like one way, like either the upload was fast or the download was fast, but it wasn't both. So I remember I looked into it, and plus you the location you had to be in and everything else, and
Yep.
getting rid of my party line. Holy Jesus.
Uh, yes, I can just use cable, but I am unfile. That sounds okay. I don't know. I don't know. Uh-oh, here we go again. Since I just hit the 8 o'clock mark, we can do another countdown for an ad that's about to pop up for y'all. I'll give y'all and I realize what this is. This is going to be for the people that are watching this on the replay. But if you're watching this on the replay right now, I'm giving you a heads up that in roughly 30 seconds, y'all are going to have to watch an ad. Now, hopefully, I want y'all to get back with me about what these ads are showing and see if it's based around any of the topics that we've talked about tonight or if it's about what this channel's about. So, are you seeing ads about like products to stop smoking or something like that? Which we know that won't be like that, but
No.
Kid Bass says I got Starlink and accidentally launched a missile. Hell yeah, because y'all just launched one here the other day, or actually today they just launched another SpaceX up. Only eight thumbs up. Is that all we got? Oh, I see 38. We've got a few more than that. But we haven't broke 100 concurrent viewers watching. So that does mean we've been hitting at least anywhere from 110 to 120. And now we're not even breaking 100 tonight.
Jason fucked it all up.
I think he's got everybody over there watching grim shit right now. Appreciate that, Jason. Oh, y'all should be watching the ad right now, too, so just be prepared.
I got fiber. Bill says 500 megabyte down, but I get 1 gig speeds for, yep. Fiber's the shit.
Yes, it is. What, Bachelor?
Yet to have an issue with it.
Hit the like if you hated the show. Oh, well, then them likes are about to boost up there, then, kid.
Bachelor, you don't even have an iPhone. Get the hell out of town. Heard the iPhone is having overheat. You're hearing things.
Well, so that's making more and more news, but now, so I was telling Mark about this the other day. Apparently, it's because of iOS 17 and some third-party apps that is what's creating the overheating problem, and they're about to have a little fix for that. It's not the titanium body that everybody was saying that it was, but
you know there's going to be people out there that are not going to believe that.
they're the hardcore people that can't stand Apple. They're definitely on the boat about the titanium causing them to overheat, or whatever reason it is. They just know it's overheating, and they don't want to hear anything else. But it's perfectly fine because we gave them tons of shit on the Android phones that were catching on fire. That when people couldn't even take them on a plane.
I remember that.
So
I watched what's his name's MKNHB or whatever the hell his name is, and he said his phone was overheating, but only like during like weird times. Like he could record video in the sunlight and this and that, everything was fine. But if he played like a certain song on an app, it would overheat. So maybe that is true. Maybe it's iOS.
Yep. And one of the apps was Instagram. So people that were using Instagram, it would, and I guess for every how it runs or whatever like that, I don't know all the technical shit to it, but and NorCal just says it's just a shitty phone.
I guarantee you NorCal's got an iPhone.
He probably does. He's probably got his 15 right in front of him, and he's playing on it, and he's going, I'm just going to pretend like I can't stand these.
He doesn't want to admit it. That's the problem.
Okay, I don't know. Marvin and Cheryl started having a little private conversation there, so I'm going to leave that one alone.
Oh, if he was thinking about Mark, then it would be... Why has your husband got a vibrator? Unless he's got like a vibrating... You might want to go check that out, Cheryl. He might be using one of your vibrators.
Hell yeah.
Aha, his work phone's an iPhone. I knew it.
There we go. Oh, and that's what he's just calling it. He's calling it a work phone, but his work phone is his personal phone. So,
yep. Google Pixel. I always wanted to try one of those to see if they're all that.
I don't know, man.
But it's got Android on it, so
Yeah, I watched that video too that you were talking about with Marquise Brown,
Mhm.
and you know, like him or not, what he had to say at the very end about everything, comparing everybody. You know, because he made a comment about Apple, Android, Samsung, yeah, all everything. And he says it's not really that anybody's doing anything better. Everybody's got good stuff. It's just the person themselves. It's what you like about it.
yep.
So
Yeah, 'cause I think he did like a video of like which one Android or iPhone, and he had like a little five thing chart, and he gave check marks to which one, And
yeah,
I guess Android is more about customizing and you know blah 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 blah, and ease of use went more for the iPhone, and I
yeah.
forgot who won the App Store. I don't know if it was Android or I think it might have been Apple that won the App Store. FaceTime me, then you POS. I would never FaceTime you, Bachelor. You got to be crazy. There's no telling what would pop up on the other end.
Bachelor don't even know what FaceTime means. He thinks it's him looking in a mirror or some shit like that.
It's like, how does this FaceTime thing work?
Very true. He said it's an elephant race, never ends. There you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, because how much more possible shit could you want on the phone?
Yeah.
The cameras are as good as like GoPro cameras. They take damn good pictures.
And GoPro overheats nonstop.
Hmm.
Well, all those cameras overheat.
I think the only thing that would be maybe even not even that, I don't know, having like a micro SD card, because I know Androids have that sometimes, but I don't know. I think they have everything you pretty much need nowadays.
What? Now, what is Cheryl talking about? Kid, you should have seen the men patients I used to. What? Y'all get to talk about some shit off in there that I'm just going to kind of kick back, read chat, and look at y'all shit.
Cheryl's birthday is coming up, so she's probably going through menopause, so she's having a lot of hot flashes and stuff.
Cheryl, I didn't say anything. That's all on Mark over there. So,
She doesn't know what she's saying right now.
all right, Marvin, take care. The nurse must have come in and told Marvin to get off the internet, so he's hopping off real quick. Good night, Marvin. Oh shit. I don't know, folks, but I know y'all want us to keep going with all this vaping talk that we've had this evening, but I feel like I want to save, and plus I got the cat going right now. I feel like I want to save a little bit of this content for next week. So I feel like I need to cut the show right now. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because we
Don't want to
gave
give him too much.
yeah, we gave you 10 minutes OT, and that was really kind of pushing it this evening. But anyway, I would suggest, if I can get this out without the cat killing it, everybody should email Mark tonight and tomorrow to remind him to make sure he goes live so y'all can watch this shit tomorrow to see what's going to happen. And I think that'll be probably one of the highest viewed things he's put out in a little while. So there you go, folks. But we are going to sign off. If I'm not in this state of mind by the next week when we see y'all, if we see y'all, you'll know that y'all were right and we were wrong. So there you go. That's all I can say. And for that, we are signing off. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's week, and I'll try to get some decent footage. Y'all got to go over there and subscribe to that other channel. Y'all got to go do it. Do it. Take care of it. Anyway, we're out of here. Y'all have a good one. We out of here. Later. Do, 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 do. Let's see.